Breaking news is in. The Chicago Bulls have got DeMar DeRozan sent over to the Kings in a sign and trade. We're going to be talking about what this means for DeMar DeRozan and what this means for the Chicago Bulls. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe, and this is another episode of Bulls Digest. Before we go ahead and jump into it, wanted to let you know that 78.3% of you guys that watch the videos are not subscribed to the channel. Make sure you mash that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with the latest news and happenings around your Chicago Bulls. Without further ado, let's jump into the topic of the day, which is DeMar DeRozan to the Kings. All right, guys, so look, Woj came out on ESPN. He said that this was going to happen within 24 to 48 hours, and here we are. It has happened. So DeMar DeRozan has officially gone over to the Kings in a sign and trade, and this is exactly what the detail of the deal looks like. All right, so the Sacramento Kings are acquiring DeMar DeRozan in a 3-year, $74 million sign and trade deal. The Kings are trading Harrison Barnes and an unprotected 2031 pick swap to the San Antonio Spurs. You got Chris Durate and a second-round draft picks and cash to the Chicago Bulls. All right. And so, look, the Kings were looking to get DeRozan. They've got him an all-star guard to go along with De'Aaron Fox. They're pairing him with a center in Sabonis, Mr. Double-Double, and they have Keegan Murray. And something tells me that I think that the Kings are not particularly done here in this situation, guys. And so, look, the Chicago Bulls do themselves a favor and they get themselves some draft capital back. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Chris Durate. I liked him about 2 seasons ago when he played for the Pacers. If you're looking at the Olympic qualifiers, he's played pretty well there. I think he had a 26-5-3 game. And I think this is a guy that could absolutely play the wing. But I think more importantly, you're seeing that the Chicago Bulls are going to get some cash and some draft capital out of this thing, guys. And so I do like that aspect about the deal. Not going to lie, personally, I would have loved to see Kevin Huerter come over. I think that's a guy that certainly he fits right now in the build of things. So I'm always looking for something that's going to progress us right now. But this is something that will certainly help the Chicago Bulls in the future. And I would say this is probably what we wished we would have gotten from Alex Caruso. Like, we wish we would have gotten some more draft capital back. And, guys, I just think it's almost hilarious that DeMar DeRozan, for the people out there that didn't like his game or whatever that looked like, I loved his game. I thought he was an absolute professional with this. And regardless of how you feel about DeMar DeRozan and his game, he is going to be a Hall of Famer. The statistics show it. He showed up for about 90% of his games, guys, and he was true to his word when he came to Chicago and he said, look, the biggest thing that me and Zach must do is stay healthy. I have always said this several times on the channel. He kept his end of the bargain, and what he did for the Chicago Bulls last season is absolutely commendable with the way he was able to go out there, be professional, show these guys how to win in the clutch, and he did not take away from Kobe White and Desumu's growth. I thought that he was an excellent teammate there, and I think he's even still working out with Dalen Terry in the offseason as well. So that's what I'm talking about, that leadership role. I'm absolutely going to miss that from DeMar DeRozan, and I just felt like, look, DeMar DeRozan deserves to be in a winning situation, and I just think out of all the situations that were out there, I liked the Clippers situation, I liked the Miami Heat situation, and I certainly like this Kings situation, because the people who are thinking, he couldn't play alongside of De'Aaron Fox, I think that that's absolutely false, because look at what Kobe White did with the way he plays and stuff like that. So I think De'Aaron Fox is a guy that is going to make the game even more easier for DeMar DeRozan. But I'm just saying there's a little bit of a similarity there with kind of the way Kobe White operates and the way De'Aaron Fox is as well. So I don't think that that's going to take away from DeMar DeRozan being the king of the fourth, because I think that they're obviously going to be looking for somebody to help them close down games. And when you look at what happened to them in the last playoff series that they were in against Golden State, I think that they are looking to now go out and close teams down like that in the stretch of a series. And I think DeMar DeRozan is an excellent ad for that, guys. And so moving back to Chris Durate in this situation, this is why I liked him a couple seasons ago if he were coming over as a piece the Bulls could use. He is 26, so he does fit that timeline with what the Bulls are building. But you look what he did as a rookie coming out of Oregon, 13 points a game. He was getting 4.1 rebounds a game and 2 assists a game. More importantly, guys, I mean, you look at the three-point percentage, he was right around 36%, and then you can see that he had major dips in performances with the Sacramento Kings in his last season with the Pacers as well, guys. And so I think that just came down to just being buried in rotations and things like that, guys. And I think that that's arguably what happened there. And also, too, just to piece together a little bit more of the deal and how this works out for the teams. Chris Paul is already over with the Spurs, so they're going to get Harrison Barnes at 32 to go along with Victor Wembanyama. I think that that's going to be terrific for his growth spurt. They mentioned that Barnes played in 82 games in each of his past 2 seasons, which is one of the reasons why I didn't have a problem taking Barnes over here. 47.4% overall as far as shooting. He was 38.7% there as far as shooting from downtown. And so you're seeing the numbers and the leadership that I think Harrison Barnes is going to bring over to the Spurs, guys. And then also, too, looking at Durate, you look at the, obviously they're talking about the 3.9 points per game in the 59 games last season. But again, I think that you're seeing just what has happened as he's kind of fallen down into the depth chart and things like that, with teams getting better with the Pacers and the Kings and everything else. So anyhow, guys, it's official. And, one of the things that I kind of want to leave off with is it's very interesting to me that DeMar DeRozan, who was not even a part of the Chicago Bulls, got moved before Zach Lavine. And that is just, that's incredible. The fact that DeMar DeRozan had more trade value is phenomenal, man. When you consider all the tools that Zach Lavine has and how he could potentially help a team, just the fact that nobody has gone out and gotten Zach Lavine, I mean, it goes into just a big question mark for me, man. And I hope that the Chicago Bulls eventually get to a resolution. But anyhow, guys, what do you guys think? I mean, are you in agreements with me that it's wild that DeMar DeRozan gets moved before Zach Lavine? Or are you saying, hey, that's exactly how it's supposed to go? Are you happy that DeMar DeRozan is going to a winning situation and he is getting paid some money here? I think upward to where he should be valued at this point in time. Or did you want to see DeMar DeRozan go somewhere else? And guys, one last thing, DeMar DeRozan, as much as he helped us win last season, he helps us win in the offseason. How about that? So we're relying on guys that we're not even a part of the team to help out the Chicago Bulls. All I can say is, let's go Bulls. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, peace, peace.